If your favorite romances are dark, addictive, and just a little bit dangerous, let me recommend The Dare by New York Times bestselling author Harley LaRue.
This viral novella serves as the perfect introduction to Harley's bestselling Losers universe. Jessica was the untouchable prom queen. Manson was the outcast she made sure everyone feared. Years later, one Halloween party, one game of Drink or Dare, and one impossible challenge forced them into a night that changes everything they thought they knew about each other.
If you love bully romances, enemies to lover tension, morally complicated characters, queer representation, and stories that aren't afraid to explore the darker side of desire and devotion, this one's for you.
This gorgeous new edition also includes a full gold foil cover and an exclusive bonus novella, Ghosted, available in print for the very first time. Fun fact, The Dare became infamous after Amazon temporarily banned it for being too sexy, helping cement Harley LaRue as one of dark romance's most talked about voices.
The Dare by Harley LaRue, available now wherever books are sold.
People keep asking what's the next book they need to read, and the answer is very simple. It's Storm of Secrets and Sorrow by Melissa K. Rorick.
In a world created for the descendants of gods, where the Fae are born to serve, a woman bound to the air of death fights fate and desire. Storm of Secrets and Sorrow is book 2 of the best-selling book talk sensation, a contemporary dark romantasy legacy series for fans of Sarah J. Maas, Kaylee Smith, and Rebecca Yarros.
The second I knew that this book had me was when I realized it had gods, dragons, shifters, vampires, and witches. It has it all for you.
It even has my favorite tropes like morally gray characters, meddling gods, forced proximity, touch her or him and die, one bed, one horse, he falls first, enemies with benefits, like you can't go wrong.
And everyone knows that it is fantastic because the first book was independently published back in 2023, and the series was a #1 Amazon bestseller with nearly 40,000 Goodread reviews and 16,000 Amazon reviews as of 2025. So you know it's grown even more.
And when it was published traditionally, it was an instant New York Times bestseller.
Make sure you get your copy today of Storms of Secrets and Sorrow. It has an incredible deluxe special edition with stenciled edges, a beautiful foil-stamped hardcover, exclusive design with illustrated end papers, and full-color character art.
You can find Storm of Secrets and Sorrow by Melissa K. Rorick wherever books are sold in print and in ebook.
I recently discovered 11 Reader because a fun fact about me that a lot of people don't know is that I have a reading disability. I have always struggled with reading and concentration. And when it comes to things like PDFs or things that I really need to focus on, 11 Reader has really come in handy.
The fact that I can upload my own content, I have so many business memos I have to read every day.
And then it reads it to you. And you get to choose the voice that reads it to you. You get to have a British accent reading those documents to you.
And I just retain so much more.
I really love the voices. Having a British accent whisper sweet nothings about legal documents to me keeps me going.
Start free with 10 hours of your own content per month. And that's essentially a 400-page book turned into audio for free.
Upgrade to Ultra for $11 a month and unlock unlimited uploads plus 20 hours of premium audiobooks every month. No credits, no commitments. It's really the ultimate listening app when you can't get enough. Being able to retain information is really hard for me when I'm reading certain difficult documents. And I really can't emphasize enough to you guys how much 11 Reader has helped me review so many things for the podcast.
Whether you're writing your own book, you have a lot of documents to go through, or you want to listen to audiobooks, choose 11 Reader and use promo code podcast to get your first 2 months for only $1. Hey there, we're Book Talk for Book Talk with Jack and Amy, your book besties who take the novels you love seriously.
This is Jack.
And I'm Amy.
And together we mix smart analysis with fandom fun. So let's get into it.
This is our Breadcrumbs and Broomsticks episode where we read your thoughts and interpretations, as well as discuss Breadcrumbs from chapters 13 through 19 of Sarah J. Maas's House of Flame and Shadow.
Before we dive in, don't forget about Spilt. Spoilers, perspective, interpretation, language, and themes. This is our Breadcrumbs episode, which means spoilers from everything known to man, especially in the SJM world. You've been warned.
Everything. Everything she's written, everything she's said, everything she's written that you don't have in your book because you didn't buy the Walmart edition.
Yeah, it's not our fault, okay? Neither did I. I looked it up online and pirated like a normal fucking fan.
If you would like more information, please go back and listen to the start of yesterday's episode. And if you would like to submit your thoughts for our Breadcrumbs and Broomsticks episodes in the future, make sure to follow us on Instagram, where we collect listener submissions.
We're going to start in chapter 13 because that's where we started in the episode. Now, while Bryce races down the tunnels away from the Midgardian worm as it attacks Nesta and Azriel, she notices the carvings on the walls containing a depiction of an, quote, archway stood a male figure, the image created with impressive depth. His hand was upraised in greeting. We learn later from Celine that this is Regulus. Maybe Bryce would have recognized him if she hadn't been running. Ooh, good call.
Thanks. In chapter 14, when Azrael's trying to convince Nesta to remove the mask, he lists all the people she loves, and Bryce watches as the mask's control over Nesta fades, except for when Nesta's sisters are mentioned, quote, and Feyre and Elaine. The silver flame flared at that. I wonder if this is implying we're going to have some more Elaine tension in the next ACOTAR book.
I don't think I mentioned it in my notes. If I did, sorry, because my allergies are crazy. I don't remember anything we did yesterday. And I'm curious because in the order of who was important, Feyre and Elaine were at the end.
Before Nyx.
Yeah, but Nyx was like the grand finale.
Right. It was definitely Cassian first. And then Emery and Elaine. Or sorry,
Gwen.
Emery and Gwen.
And then Feyre and Elaine.
Or Feyre and Elaine, yeah.
Yeah. At one point, when Nesta calls in for the mask, quote, mortal, an ancient, bone-dry voice whispered in Bryce's head, you are mortal, and you shall die. Memento mori, memento mori, memento. I just want to point out she can hear the Trove talk, like actually speak. The only other person who has heard the Trove speak is Nesta. And she only heard the harp, mind you.
That is an excellent point.
Thank you.
Maybe that's implying Nesta is also Starborn?
I think so, which makes me wonder if Feyre and Elaine would have heard anything, if that means they would also be Starborn, or if they didn't hear anything, so then are they not Starborn? You know what I mean? Just thoughts.
Yeah.
Just thoughts.
Yeah. Makes sense. Or is it because Nesta's made from the cauldron?
Yeah, exactly.
And Bryce has the horn in her back.
Exactly. Yeah. Which honestly probably makes more sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. All right. In chapter 15, when Bryce, Nesta, and Azriel encounter a gap in the tunnels they cannot physically cross, Azriel says he can't fly, and Bryce asks, quote, is this another manipulation? Bryce asked Nesta coolly. Nesta snorted. The rock doesn't lie. He can't even spread his wings halfway. But he can winnow.
Yeah.
And they're keeping that secret.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a manipulation.
It is, in fact. When you think, is it a manipulation? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. In chapter 16, when Az hits Bryce with his power, quote, what is his power or something about this world? Even Hunt's hadn't felt like this. So undiluted, like 100 proof liquor. That's because the power hasn't been tampered by the Asteri.
Great point. Still in chapter 16, during a discussion of the gods of Prythian and Midgard, quote, Erd, Nesta murmured, the Fae say the cauldron holds our fates. Maybe it became this Erd. Maybe they're all one and the same along with the mother, which we will learn more about later.
Still in chapter 16, at one point, Bryce notices in the carvings along the tunnels a, quote, battle and suffering, two females running on either side of the passage, as if running from this very wall. Indeed, around the star, an archway had been etched, like this was the destination all along. We will soon learn that these are Helena and Celine trying to escape Midgard.
In chapter 17, when Bryce enters the prison for the first time, she senses the place is, quote, older somehow than the tunnel behind them, heavier, more watchful, like it was alive and hungry. Hungry like the Asteri waiting below their feet.
At another point, As points out, quote, there are caves and doors throughout this land, Asriel said, that open into distant places. Maybe that one was one of them. We learned about such places in book 1 and 2 from Feyre learning that she can go between courts under the mountain or near the mountain, something along those lines. But I just love that it was a little detail in the early books that we're bringing in.
Yeah. It does make me wonder if it's going to come up again in the future. Still in chapter 17, Bryce points out the constellations on the floor and things she recognizes from Midgard. One of them is an archer and, quote, then she pointed to a mound with a female head. Faria. She, as in Bryce, already mentioned the archer and now Faria, which is spelled differently, but similar to, I'm guessing, the name Feyre. Will Feyre herself be more of a legend/prophecy in the next book, or is it possibly a sign of her being starborn?
I know she's going for Norse god, but whenever you say archer, I'm just like, ears pointed up. What's an archer? Just throwing everything out there.
No, it's a great point.
Still in chapter 17, quote, the hilt of the star sword shifted in her direction. She could have reached out and touched it with her other hand. One movement and its hilt would be in her grip. Asriel shot her a warning look. Later on, she does actually maneuver her hand and it comes flying into her hand.
Yes. I think from my point of view, also a clue that Asriel could also be descended from Celine's line, because he senses what's going on with the sword, where Nesta doesn't. Still in chapter 17, Asriel says to everybody, quote, we don't know what else might be kept at bay in here, a.k.a. the Asteri.
In chapter 18, when Bryce finds the hologram of Selene, quote, Asriel said softly, voice tinged with pain, she looks like Rhysand's sister. Nesta peered back and looked at him, something like curiosity and sympathy. This is one of those things that people online think that this is evidence that Rhys's sister and Asriel were mates. It could also be that his best friend's sister, who he also knew and probably spent time with, died.
Right, was brutally murdered.
Yeah, I'm putting that out there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It is interesting how much the sister is mentioned in Mist and Fury and then never again. It's only Mom that's ever mentioned. So the fact that the sister's brought up again here instead of Rhys's mom,
I think it will be brought back, but I think it's only brought back because we're proving that Rhys is a part of some kind of descendant, because Rhys looks like Ruhn, Rhys's sister looks like Selene. A good old-fashioned dead woman plot device is what she is.
Still in chapter 18, Selene explains that her parents, quote, both of them showed me once, mind to mind, so I shall show you. Like Rhys and Ruhn, Selene's parents were Daemati, apparently.
Still in chapter 18, the Asteri in Selene's memories are described as, quote, black-haired, white-skinned Asteri. There was no mistaking the cold, otherworldly eyes. She lounged in golden robes. We see this Asteri very soon, but also nearly the same visual description as the Viper Queen in the following scene. Is that potentially a breadcrumb for the connection between them? Damn, Amy.
Because the Viper Queen is in a golden jumpsuit and golden high tops.
Yeah.
Immediately after this. So, why? It could just be coincidence, but I feel like nothing with SJM's coincidence.
Agreed.
In chapter 19, in Celine's vision of the making of Gwydion and Truthteller, quote, two other figures stood there with Finn, veiled in the thick snow, but Bryce hardly got a chance to wonder about them before Celine's narration began anew. One of them, I feel like we deduce from various information, is Annelius, the Illyrian who was friends with Finn and defended Ramiel from enemies, which is a reference to Silver Flames, and the Pass of Annelius, which is where Nesta defended her friends.
In Celine's tale, when Thea claims the island of the prison as her own, it is, quote, as if the island had a soul that now blossomed under her care, nurtured by the court she built here. Islands like those they'd seen in the carvings rose up by the sea, lush and fertile. It's exactly what will eventually happen to Avalon, when Bryce claims it. So it's some foreshadowing.
Still in chapter 19, quote, Thea created a pocket of nothingness, she told me, and stashed them there, as in the trove.
Yeah.
Only she could access that pocket of nothingness. Only she could retrieve the horn and harp from its depths. just like Rhys, just another clue, clue that
Breadcrumb.
breadcrumb that Rhys is a descendant.
Just another broomstick. We'll start that trend. Still in chapter 19, Fionn is killed in an area in Prythian that was once, quote, the vast slice of land the Daglin had kept for their private game park, where they had crafted terrible monsters to serve as worthy prey. It was there that he met his death. Petals began falling from the trees, leaves with them, birds took flight, as if sudden winter gripped the bog, as if the island had died with its king. And that is how the Bog of Orid became a desolate place. And will it have significance in future ACOTAR books? Probably. I mean, that's where the mask was hidden.
Right. And I think that if Bryce can bring back Avalon to its full glory, maybe someone will bring the Bog of Orid back to its full glory.
Why my brain thought Elaine. But...
I have a different theory that I will talk about once we read the last breadcrumb.
Okay, go ahead.
This is our last breadcrumb. In Celine's tale, she informs the group that, quote, my mother educated us herself, always reminding us that though the Daglin had been vanquished, evil lived on. Evil lurks beneath our very feet, always waiting to devour us, because there's a literal asteri asleep beneath their feet. Now, one of the breadcrumbs I didn't include because this is all theory. Both Thea and Finn, her husband, are described as being golden-haired, but her daughters have black hair, or at least Celine does. Who else has golden hair who is descended, Rhys says her family is descended from those who used to come from the prison. Who is also golden-haired, who is also potentially starborn because descended, right? Ooh, I wonder, we're getting all this foreshadowing of a High King, right?
Yeah.
What if Rhys is like, I don't want it, give it to Mor, make her High Queen, and she's the one who reclaims the land?
I love it. I mean, she'll not definitely, this is all up in the air, but if she's going to reclaim a land, it would start as the prison, the Dusk Court, as people call it.
Right. And if she's able to revive the prison to its former glory, I feel like that's just a precursor for her, like, doing the same for the Middle and all these other places.
What would they do with the prisoners? Keep them all there then? I mean, there's more space than just the prison.
Yeah. I mean, you could also just kill them.
That is Amy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's vote for Amy 2020, whatever's next. 8.
I have opinions.
The Cauldron demands a brief intermission. I am trying to hit 10,000 steps a day and look cute and not have my back absolutely destroy me. And honestly, there's only one solution to this.
And that solution is Vionic shoes. I wear them every day to work so that I can walk on my walk pad looking professional, but the shoes also not look frumpy.
I mean, at this point, which Vionics do we not have? I am obsessed with my Walk Slim slide sneakers. I can walk forever in them. And then if I'm like, you know what? I'm not vibing a sneaker. Boom. I can hop over to my Amelita Mary Jane flats, and suddenly I'm like this timeless, cool girl fashion icon.
I get so many compliments on my City Walk sneakers from all age groups, and genuinely, they are so cute, and they're made with real suede.
The reason why we are so obsessed with our Vionics is because of Vionics' exclusive biomotion technology, and that's really what sets them apart. They began by revolutionizing medical orthotics. Today, they continue to use that science to engineer shoes that leave you feeling energized and confident all day.
They even offer a 30-day guarantee. Wear them, love them, or return them for a full refund within 30 days. I guarantee you'll know instantly that these are the shoes for you.
Use code BOOKTALK, that's BOOKTALK, BOOKTALK, at checkout for 15% off your entire order at VionicShoes.com when you log into your account. It's a one-time use only.
Vionic shoes, wearable well-being for your feet.
So Amy and I read the secret chapter, and
one of many.
Yeah, we're going to just read them as we go for this. This one fits after 16 with Nesta, Azriel, and Bryce. This is after the worm, and they're just walking along, resting, and they have some bonding moments, particularly with music, which is a beautiful moment to talk about culture and how art expands. I will ask you, Amy, momentarily what song you would have picked to represent humanity here. I already know which one I would do. And they also had a very interesting conversation about mothers, which I thought was some good setup for a potential dynamic between Nesta and Farah.
I agree. And also, I felt like there was room for Azriel's mother to also come in.
Agreed.
For discussion.
Because they made it very clear she's still alive.
Yep. All right. Well, do you want to start with what song you would have picked?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me line it up for you. Okay, let me set the scene. Here we are. We're in a tunnel. For whatever reason, it's you and me. And we're there with Bryce and Azriel, and they're just like, what is a song that I want them to feel? And I think I got the perfect song.
I knew you would pick Taylor.
Yeah.
I did not expect you to pick that song. I expected you to pick something from her early discography.
No, not at all. I think this is like her absolute best written song. It's not my favorite song. It is one of my favorite songs, but I think it's like that is the song that evokes the most amount of emotions. And it's, to me, that song is perfection. Like there is nothing that you can fix with it between the lyrics, the composition, the music, and everything. And I just think that that's like a good one where with her voice, and you can hear the highs and lows with it. And if, that would be my, like, hello, welcome to Earth, or hello, I'm from Earth.
If I had to represent the millennia of humanity, I would not pick a modern day song.
Wow. Would you like to pull it up for the class?
Sure.
If anyone wants to know what that song was, it is Cardigan by Taylor Swift. While Amy pulls up what she wanted, I will continue to play.
I don't know that we're allowed to play more than 3 seconds.
What was that?
I don't think we're allowed to play more than 3 seconds.
Okay, well, that was 2. All right, there was 3. All right, now let me move it to a different part.
I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead. I fucking swear if it's Debussy. Did you hear what I just said? Are you ashamed of what I did?
Nope. I'm ashamed of you, not of myself.
I knew it was Debussy. Claire de Lune.
Yeah. It's one of the best songs ever written.
Yeah. It's because Amy's a diehard Twilight fan.
It is not. Twilight ruined Debussy.
You're going to say that represents our humanity? I think that's fair. No, it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm not saying it's false. When she pulls up like a classical, I think it's more of the like what she does of pulling up the different genres is spot on. And the second that she was like, what would be a classic one? I would have picked Debussy as well.
Yeah, but if I only had one song to do, I would do classical.
Interesting. There's no right answer. I think
There's
that's
no right answer.
And Bryce decides I'm going to share what's my favorite.
Yeah.
And for her, it goes back to the memories of like, she thinks about Hunt. She thinks about Danica. There's a bunch of other things going on with that. And
I get her choice. Like, she chooses something like, if my phone is about to die, I want to listen to my favorite song. I want to listen to the song that got me through shit. I want to listen to the song that reminds me of my people.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Unfortunately, mine would be a lot of... Okay, so here I'll translate. She says, and you'll come back to me. And before that, she says, Peter losing Wendy. Now, in my world, Peter Pan is... Okay, so the lore here is that it's about Betty and James. But she was actually writing this with her ex, Joe. Oh, my God. And so Taylor just got married. Let me tell you about that wedding.
Too funny.
I don't know if I'd survive in this world, guys.
I mean, you could just rewrite all of her songs and then be considered amazing. You'd take credit for all her work. It's like that movie. What is it called? I forget what it's called.
It's the Beatles one.
Yeah, it's the
Yesterday?
Beatles one. Yeah, Yesterday. That's right.
Yeah. That's Fucking hilarious. I'm just really proud of myself where you didn't even pull it up fully. And I was like, Debussy. And I knew it. I knew it.
No, you said if it's fucking Debussy,
Yeah.
that's what you said.
Because I knew it was Debussy.
Because Claire de Lune is so
fantastic.
beautiful.
Yeah. No, it's a great,
fucking
great song.
Twilight. Don't get me wrong. I do like the first Twilight movie. It has a special place in my heart. However, that is not... Anyway.
Okay, real quick. The next thing we're going to do is read emails. But before that, what would be the second song you would pick? And you're like, all right, let me show you something weird.
I'd probably pick something from Muse. I would do something probably earlier.
I was going to call, like, say Muse for you also.
Yeah.
I'm psychic.
Or you just know me really well, the same way I knew you were going to pick Taylor Swift.
Well, I mean, that was a given. I think the entire audience knew I was going to pick Taylor. I don't know what my second song would be.
I'd probably do Time Is Running Out by Muse.
Yeah. I was thinking a Muse also. Or Flow.
Yeah. Flow's another good one.
Yeah. Like Shake It Off or something. Oh, no. Or if I want to be like really depressing with them, Never Let Me Go.
I would do like Seven Devils.
Yeah.
Or there's just too many to choose from.
I'm such a lyrics person that I would be busy translating for them.
And I would not take the time to translate. I would go for like, what do I think is the most powerful from an audio?
And that's why I chose Cardigan as my first.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, okay, Azriel, ready? We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
So let's talk about mothers and the reference to mothers.
That was very revealing, and I feel like SJM is giving a lot more in these bonus chapters than what she used to do, because if I've ever seen setup, this gosh darn is setup for what's to come. My biggest takeaway is the fact that Nesta holds Farah now to a pedestal of being a, quote, perfect mother.
Yeah. Do you feel like that was said with resentment towards Farah?
I heard it with
her
reverence.
Mother?
In my mind, it was with reverence of just like, she did it. She's perfect. Like, and we already know based off of like Nyx is the thing that makes her pull her shit together, that Nesta loves that baby. Yeah. And to me, like, Farah has to be the perfect mother, and Nesta would rip her apart if she wasn't anything but perfect for Nyx.
Yeah. I think the other reason why Farah has to be perfect is so that it gives Nesta hope that Farah also had a shitty mom. In fact, my shitty mom was worse to Farah, and Farah can still be a mom and succeed.
Yeah.
And Nesta might think of herself in self-deprecating terms, but I think Farah will ultimately be a symbol of hope for her.
I think so. I mean, later on in one of the other bonus chapters, we have Nesta's relationship with Ember, and that's a really powerful one. We do get a glimpse in the book of when Ember and Nesta part, and there's like a really big hug. And we already know from Silver Flames, like a large part of her development was because of her mom screwing her up. And it's a question on whether, is this a nice callback to Silver Flames, or is this set up for the next book?
Interesting. I do like kind of the full circle of we plant the seeds of Ember in this secret chapter, right? Because Nesta's like, well, it sounds like your mom's a perfect mom. And then we get to see Nesta interact with Ember in another secret chapter. And then we actually get to see Nesta saying goodbye to Ember, which I think is a nugget for people who've read ACOTAR.
Yeah.
Right? To see Nesta get some love that she's never had, right? That hits. So who knows? Who knows how it's going to play out?
I agree that Azriel mentioning that his mother is present tense, the best woman, is like a big, okay, so hopefully things come into the future.
Yeah. Well, there is another mention of his mom. Was it in Silver Flames?
Potentially.
Or was it Frost and Starlight?
Give me more context.
There is a mention of Azriel going to visit his mother. It was either Frost and Starlight or it was Silver Flames. But he goes, Starlight. I think it might have been Frost and Starlight. But basically he goes to give his mother a solstice gift. So this is the second time we've gotten a reference to his mom. When are we going to meet her? This is one of the reasons why I think Azriel's family backstory, where he comes from, is going to come into play more, because unlike Cassian, he still has a parent alive that we know of, right?
Unlike any of his friends, or except for Mor.
Right, exactly. So
I just find it to be such an interesting choice that SJM made, that it's just Azriel and Nesta, that just these two are the only ones that we get to interact truly from Prithian. And is that something that she always knew? Is that something that when she sat down and thought about it was like, and now this is the only thing that makes sense? These are the two, forgiving or stone face. Like, why not Cassian? Why not Farah? Why not all these other things? I mean, Nesta makes sense because we realize, especially in this bonus chapter, she says, like, I think we would be friends.
Yeah.
And, you know, that makes me happy. And I guess, like, when you have to think about it, it would never be Rhys. Cassian would be too busy trying to protect Nesta. So yeah, Azriel. All right, figured that out.
Yeah, well, and Azriel has multiple advantages. He was supposed to stay hidden, right? Yeah. And he can winnow. So if they were truly in a shitty, like, bad situation, he could get them out of there.
True. We promise this is important. Capitalism, but make it brief.
It's basically August, which means it's basically fall. And I am basically thinking about my entire autumn wardrobe.
But it's not going to be a basic wardrobe.
No. It's going to have absolute amazing classic staples from Quince. That's going to have ultra soft organic cotton, premium cashmere sweaters. It's a whole vision I have for myself.
The best thing about Quince is you can get those timeless staples at 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
Quince also has, get ready for this, premium stretch denim starting at just $50. I mean, I'm telling you guys, like, it's the perfect fit. It has structure to it, and it also has exactly what you would expect from a luxury designer brand, but it's only $50.
And they're so affordable because they work directly with ethical factories and cut out middlemen. So basically, you're paying for quality, not brand markup.
And it's not just apparel. Quince also brings that same everyday elevation to everything they offer, from hotel quality bedding and bath to kitchen staples and thoughtfully designed furniture.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/booktalk.
Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too.
That's QUINCE.com/booktalk. BOOKTALK.
There will be absolutely no gatekeeping here. We need to tell you about Rebel, the one place where you can get some incredible brand names for up to 70% off.
The thing about Rebel is you don't have to choose between the brand you want versus the price you want. You get both. It isn't a knockoff. It's a real product just priced the way it actually should be.
Rebel offers so many incredible products that I have spent the last, I'd say, 20 minutes just scrolling, knowing that I can shop from brands like Ninja, KitchenAid, and even Drybar. My hair is going to look good.
The most important thing is it's not a static sale. There are new finds dropping constantly. And once the inventory's out, it's out.
You got to get on it, people.
Your next favorite find is waiting at FromRebel.com. That's FROMREBEL.com.
Top brands in home, baby, and outdoor. Up to 70% off. Go check it out before it's gone. Okay. Shall we read emails?
Sure.
And by we, I mean you. Okay.
Okay, I really like this one. This has nothing to do with anything.
All right.
All right. This is from Addie, who messaged a couple of weeks ago. And she says, "Hi, guys. I am a huge fan, and I've been following for a while. I know you won't get to this for a long, long time. Joke's on you, Addie. But I went way back to Sky and Breath, chapters 20 through 24, part 1 of our analysis.
Oh, no.
This is completely not related to SJM, but you guys are currently talking about how pigs are castrated."
Forgot about that. Actually, I think I blocked that out on purpose.
As a woman in agriculture, I thought I would share some insight to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Hogs are actually castrated through a surgical procedure when they're extremely young. Meanwhile, cattle, sheep, and goats can be castrated surgically or by using a band like you guys talk about in the episode. No, Amy, she doesn't say, but talking to me, you cannot just use a regular old rubber band. There are specific types for cattle as they are larger and different tools used to apply bands. They have extremely high elasticity and some of them even have lidocaine to numb. This is not painful, but it definitely makes them a little bit sore for the first hour as they get used to the pressure. In agriculture, one of the most harmful things to our industries is misinformation. So I hope this helps spread awareness and clarity about the topic for those who don't know. Again, love the podcast very, very much. You guys got me through my ACOTAR slump way back and have given me an outlet for literary conversation in a rural area. It's not very common to read romantasy. This is my first time writing in, and now that I've broken the ice, I hope to talk more about theories and my love for SJM too. Well, Addie, thank you for clarifying and giving us correct information. I will blame my mother for giving me incorrect information and myself for never looking it up to confirm its accuracy.
Can we go back to the fact that only some animals get lidocaine? Like, who are we to judge that they're not in pain? You know, like they're just a little sore. Why do only some? What if there's like a sensitive bull out there, okay? And like he's just a sensitive soul and his pain tolerance isn't as high. And all of a sudden you got a rubber band and you're just leaving it on there for like an hour. It takes some time for your body to get used to. Yeah, no shit. You're strangling them with a special band. Oh my God. I didn't want to come back to this.
I'm glad we came back to it. Thank you. I'm thrilled.
It was important. It's very important information.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone just has random facts that they want to send, call back, please do.
Interesting. Okay. So this is a question from Allison. Hi, Jack and Amy. I love listening to your podcast, especially as I get ready for work in the morning. I was wondering if you're planning on doing literary analyses of books outside the SJM universe. Also, have you read Yesteryear? I'm 30% in right now. I am obsessed with it. I would love to hear your thoughts. Keep doing what you're doing.
I would love to read Yesteryear. That's the one where it's the
trad
wife goes back in time.
Yes. So I just got a message from our friend Marissa, who just finished it.
Oh.
And she did not like the way it ended, but she said to me that she would love to hear my opinion on it because the main character comes from a fundamentalist Christian upbringing, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I would love to hear your thoughts based on your Mormon lens. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to put it on my list.
I'd be up for reading Yesteryear. We have different tastes in books with her sometimes, so.
Yeah, we have very different tastes.
Yeah. I don't want to dismiss her thoughts, but I'm more of like okay, I'm interested. I mean, have you checked out our Academia Unlocked series? We break down things there. I think we're doing a good job trying to branch out. Like we're trying to be more than just romantasy and, you know, go into some classics. We haven't recorded it yet, but we're even going to be doing A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf, which is technically nonfiction.
Right.
And that's a huge jump out for us.
We don't do chapter by chapter analysis, but we do maybe what we would call a more traditional literary analysis.
Yeah.
Talking at a high level about themes, you know, the background of the author and the influence of the world on what they chose to write.
And if you are only listening to our SJM seasons and you have no idea what Academia Unlocked is, we have covered Pride and Prejudice, Wuthering Heights, Joy Luck Club, House on Mango Street, The Color Purple, Interview with the Vampire, and then Room of One's Own.
Yeah.
I love it. You and I read books for this that we've never read before.
Right. That somehow we missed either in high school or college just because of the classes we took. Yeah. And I, for example, would have never have read Color Purple only because I knew how depressing it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I have vague memories of the movie that were super depressing. So I always avoided it. And yes, it was depressing. It was also phenomenal and totally worth the read. Same with Joy Luck Club. Would never have read it. I'm so glad I did.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't read House on Mango Street in forever, and I hadn't read Interview with the Vampire before. I've only seen the TV show and the movie. So I think that what Amy and I were trying to do is like, well, like, what are the books that people are intimidated by? Let's tackle some of that. And what are the things that people might look at it and say, it is literature?
Yeah.
And you know, as for any other books, if there was any two books that I would cover, which we will not do on this podcast because we do not cover books by men, but if there was any two, it would be 1, Red Rising, 2, Lucky Jim.
You and Lucky Jim.
I don't know. I don't even remember it.
You know what would be fun for Academia Unlocked, and I still have it and I do love it, is
Let me guess. The scary one. House of Leaves.
No.
Okay.
That's by a man.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Tell me. Go on.
Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. Isn't that, wouldn't that be such a great one?
And there is a movie.
There is a movie. I don't remember the movie, but the book.
Yeah.
This is one of the few literature classes Jack and I took together because we mostly took creative writing classes together.
I bullied her into taking it.
You did. And I don't regret it. It was a great class.
It was the 1960s England literature.
Yeah. And they called it the Angry Decades. I think it was the 50s and 60s, right? And this book, it's not very long, but it's about these young, I think, high school girls and the relationship they develop with their teacher who they idolize and the very complicated relationships they have with other adults in their lives. I just remember thinking it was phenomenal. It would be interesting to go back and read it now that it's been...
Don't say it. Don't you fucking say it.
I held back for you. I was about to say it. And I said...
No, because I know you weren't... Okay, did you hold back or were you getting ready to look at my face so you can see the pain?
I was waiting to see if you would tell me to stop.
Yeah. Stop. It's been 3 years. Some might say months. It's been at a minimum a dozen months since we were in college. None of the things I said were false.
I still have my original copy from college.
Really?
I do.
I think I have 2 copies of Lucky Jim. I don't know why.
One of them might be mine.
Maybe. I don't even know why I liked it. I just remember being like, this dope. What a dopey man.
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange was another one that I really liked. And it's another one where I'm just like, look, I know that the main character is a horrible person who beats, kills, and I think rapes
women.
But I just was like into that book. So
yeah, well, because it's so dystopian, weird. Don't get me wrong. It's a great book. It's very violent against women.
Yeah. I mean, in the movie, he was kind of hot. I don't know, with this like eyeliner.
No, he was not hot.
My London... I'll say his name. I don't care. Or maybe I won't. No, no names. My London best friend guy that I was like half in love with, he dressed up like Clockwork Orange one year.
Yeah, see, it was just about association.
I was horny for it before him. Okay.
Okay, fine. Still not attractive. You were just into the eyeliner.
True. That is true. That's it. It all just came down to a man with eyeliner, and that did wonders for me.
The confidence to wear makeup is what you're attracted to.
A slutty little eyeliner on a slutty little man.
Okay, are we ready for another email?
Yeah.
This is from TJ. Hi. I thought of this at the beginning of your Silver Flames analysis, but never wrote to you since I listen at work and can't be on my phone. Then I just kept forgetting until now. It's a small thing, but at the beginning, Nesta calls attention to her boots at the threshold of entering Feyre's nice, clean home. It made me think back to when they had no money, and when Feyre sold the wolf skin, Nesta demanded that money for new boots when hers were fine, but Feyre's were falling apart. I thought it was a cool callback. Interesting.
That is a really cool callback. I mean, especially...
That is a cool callback.
You know, since Feyre was the one who went and got her boots, and here are boots that Feyre probably bought in the house that Feyre lives after she left the house that Feyre rents for her.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And we're going to assume the boots that were nice when Feyre gave the pair she shows up with in Silver Flames, they probably were nice. So Nesta got what she wanted, but she didn't respect herself or Feyre enough to keep them clean. The same way Nesta didn't respect Feyre enough to allow Feyre to get herself new boots at the start of Act.
Yep. What a great callback.
So, yeah, really good callback. Good job, TJ.
Yeah, it was worth the wait. It was worth remembering.
Right. All right. So for our next email that we're going to read, trigger warning, we are going to talk about assault, sexual assault. So skip ahead 30 seconds after I read the question or just stop listening, I guess.
Yeah,
a couple of minutes. Okay. So this question's from Eva. I have always wondered something, and I bet it must have been eating at Rhysand from the inside as well. And I would love for you to read this on the podcast and talk about it, even though it's a very, very hard topic. Do you think Tamlin and his family sexually assaulted Rhys's mom and sister before they were killed? I think it's very probable. So every time Rhys looks at Tamlin, he's looking at his mom and sister's assaulter or the son of the assaulter, because we don't know if Tamlin participated. Of course, only SJM can answer that, and I would have asked her on the Call Her Daddy podcast if I could.
I have a bummer answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to violence against women in stories, unless told otherwise, I tend to think that a sexual assault to some degree probably might have happened. That's just like a really depressing way that I look at things. And in my mind, I don't think Tamlin would have participated. I don't think Tamlin would have witnessed it. I don't think Tamlin would have watched something and been okay to see that happen.
Yeah.
If it did happen, I believe he wouldn't have been there or participated in, and he might have found out after type of a thing, if such a thing happened. But unfortunately, like when you think about the world and you think about violence against women, this is one of those things that it's oftentimes sexual assault is a tool, not as a thing for them to get off as, but just as a tool, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm going to say even more depressing because I agree with you, but I assume it to be true in the real world. If a man has hit a woman or has been violent against a woman, I assume that that person has also assaulted that person sexually.
Absolutely, yeah.
Always. And that's speaks to my general disdain for men. Sorry for all you lovely listeners who are men or you are capable of loving men. I have a hard time doing that myself. Hence, I'm queer. Anyway.
Hence why you're a shit wing woman too.
I am also a shit wing woman. I can't trust men. I just can't. It's very hard, at least.
It's understandable.
Even if Valkyrie needs a pause, we'll be right back. So, to Jack's point, sexual assault is a weapon that men use to feel powerful. And if this is about Tamlin's family viewing Rhys as an enemy and wanting him to feel as shitty as possible, then yes, they're going to do everything in their power to debase his mom and sister. I think beheading is especially terrible.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be surprising if they're also willing to sexually assault, because in my mind, and I don't know if that this to be the case, but I feel like it's very a superstitious thing to believe like the soul is incomplete if you sever part of the body from itself. I don't know that that's what the Fae believe, but I do think that it speaks to how the fact that they were not only willing to sever the heads, put them in boxes down the river, sever their wings, display their wings as trophies, like they're no better than the Asteri in that way. So I can't imagine them allowing anything to be saved from being ruined.
It's different. I mean, I was about to say, I'm like, I haven't heard of the Asteri having sex slaves, like.
Yeah, that's fair. But
I'm not giving the Asteri a pro. I'm just saying like the variations of evil. Yeah. And like, I think your assumption, if a man is capable of hitting and beating a woman, you can't tell me that he's going to draw the line with rape. Like, one of the things the Epstein files did for me is realize that my imagination isn't the worst.
Yeah.
Even in this scenario between with what's happening here and, what I'm like, oh, well, they could have done all these horrible things to the decapitated head. And I am someone who was deep into true crime, who knew about all the horrible things these serial killers did. And I thought I understood and had read the worst of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And then things will come out about the Epstein files. And then I'll learn more about what was it called? Like the rape of that town in China. The more I learn about what is going on with the Ukrainian and Russian war, the more I learn about Palestinians and what they're going through. Like the more I learn about these actual horrors that happen, the more I realize that my imagination
is insufficient for the horrors.
Not sufficient. So I think us imagining that maybe that there could potentially have been a sexual assault, I don't think that's an irrational thing to think about. But like I said, I don't believe Tamlin was a part of that. So, all right. If you're back and you skipped through it, we should have ended on the circumcising, or not the circumcising, the castration one.
Castration.
That would have been a great follow-up to this.
Let me see if I've got one more email that can end on a better note. Okay. This is from Jess. Hi, popping over from Insta DMs with a very tardy observation from the end of part 1 of Silver Flames. Elaine and Nesta have just had their spat where Elaine shies away from directly addressing Nesta's sexual promiscuity? Promiscuous girl. I know promiscuous, but I can't.
Promiscuity girl.
Where does the emphasis go? Promiscuity? Okay, anyway. And y'all discuss how sheltered and delicate Elaine has been throughout their life so far, with Nesta as the vicious protector. I think the dichotomy of Elaine and Nesta can also be viewed through a lens of a skewed Madonna/whore complex.
Oh.
While Elaine is the prudish one here and she's treated as the maiden of the family, she's the one who wasn't a virgin going into the cauldron, while Nesta was still, quote unquote, pure. Parentheses, ew, I physically cringed typing that out. Sorry. But Nesta's indiscretions after the war have sullied her in the eyes of the inner circle. Did the cauldron baptize Elaine and clean her of her sexual history / was she cleansed in her recreation? There's also something here about the sisters and the mother/maiden/crone situation, and I can't articulate it well enough without knowing where Elaine's story will end up. But I think there's also something there about the three women who were made by the cauldron rather than the Archeron sisters. One goes in a virgin, Nesta. One goes in pregnant, Elaine. And one comes out withered and decrepit, the queen.
There was like a theory that people think that Elaine was pregnant.
There's a discussion for another comment submission form, though. I forget that people theorize that Elaine was pregnant, and that's why she's so distraught and non-communicative when she comes out. I like this idea of the cauldron symbolically baptizing Elaine of her indiscretions. And Nesta, therefore, being treated poorly for her indiscretions later on. It does make me wonder, does Elaine become celibate after becoming Fae, since she never gets it on with Azriel? Does it mean she's never had sexual interactions since becoming Fae?
I have a feeling that that's what's going to be, and I know it's going to piss me off.
Yeah. But she's not a virgin, technically.
One time. They did it one time.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's the, like, just near enough virgin trope that, like, annoys me.
Yeah.
That's why I love that Farrah had at least, like, been rolling in the hay with Isaac Hale and then had been with Tamlin and then Rhys. So,
Rhys.
she only had, like, 2 partners before Rhys, but, you know, Farrah was, like, she'd be fucking.
Yeah.
With those guys. She'd be hunting. She'd be fucking. And
Season 1, callback.
Season 1. So, yeah, like, I think that it's just different for me. I don't know. Unless her and the 2 shadow wraiths or
maybe Elaine's bisexual. Maybe she's more into women than she is into men.
Maybe she's
that would be amazing.
Lesbian 3 ways this entire time.
You know what? I really want that for her.
It would make her so much cooler for me.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So we've got things to show each other. Amy has several books, Fairy Loot, and I got a Fairy Loot. You go first, I go second, and then you go third. Have you opened these? Do you know what they are?
Nope. They are still sealed.
You've learned since the last time.
All right. Bound by the Night.
Ooh.
So the book title is The Assassin's Way by J.M. Curl. Asira discovers she holds a rare power that pulls her into a secretive world of assassins, where survival is uncertain and the most dangerous threat may be the bond she forms with her ruthless trainer.
Oof. I love a trainer. I
love a teacher-student situation.
I do. I do have a problem.
Ooh, okay. So it's black with some red foil.
Ooh,
we've got a snake with some rune.
Oh,
rune
I love
stones.
It. All right, let's see the inside.
I have desired you since the moment I saw you. On the back.
Oh, that's some good art. All right, and then the cover without the cover.
Wait. Other side.
Ooh, he's a redhead.
Woo, and the artwork is by Elithian.
I love Elithian artwork. We interviewed them before.
Yes, we have.
Nice. I love it. Looks good.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull up.
Oh, I forgot. And here's the inside cover, by the way. It's more art.
Wow. Oh, that's a nice cover.
Yeah, I do like the look of this
one.
I
love that.
Ooh, and this is cool. The spine is a dagger.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Thoroughly. Okay. All right. This is called
Legends.
Legends, and it's called The Unicorn Hunters.
Oh.
It's the adult fantasy. Okay. When the fate of her people and her throne hang in the balance, an orphan duchess must face a perilous journey into a realm of myths and legends to discover a hidden power that could either save or destroy her. Unicorn hunter? Right? What kind of Voldemort?
Oh. It's a pretty unicorn. It's green. Catherine Arden.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Looks like, knowledge of good and evil tree from, very like medieval Renaissance.
Ooh, I love the cover without the paper, without the
actual slipcover.
Dust jacket. Is that what it's called?
Dust jacket.
Dust jackets, I can do without them. Here's this one. This
Oh,
side.
Nice. They did a good job with the art.
They did.
It is very like a very medieval like vibe.
Yeah. Surrounded by apples too.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like Garden of Eden situation.
Or horses like apples. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that too.
All right. Next.
Sure. Prophecies and Schemes.
Ooh.
The book is titled Verity Guild by Mai Corland. High Priestess Keresi, the last surviving heir of a magical bloodline, faces suspicion for a brutal murder and must work alongside her sworn enemy to uncover the truth.
Oh,
ooh, this one's very pretty.
Oh, wow.
Very
that's a nice
pretty.
cover. Oh, that's a good cover.
That's very pretty sprayed edges.
Yeah.
Ooh, love the art.
Yeah. Ooh. Wow. I hope this one's good.
Yeah. She was born in Seoul, so she is Korean. Oh my God. This is a pretty book.
My God. What's the name of this book again? Schemes?
Verity Guild.
Verity Guild. Check out the fairy loot, guys, because that is pretty.
So pretty. And if you're listening to this episode, you can always go to our YouTube channel where this should be up tomorrow.
Yep. All right. This is their young adult book from their fantasy box. That's the card. And it's called Shadow Reaper. In a city consumed by a deadly mist, a Reaper hunter finally gets a chance at revenge when she captures her enemy's right-hand man. But trusting him could cost her more than she bargained for. Never bargain with a Reaper.
That is pretty. Lynette Noni is the name of the author.
Very pretty.
That is very, very pretty. I
look at that
love
side.
that silhouette. That is very pretty.
All right, let's look at the inside.
All right. It looks like we've got
some good art. I mean, the dust jacket is my favorite on this one. I'm not like better. I like it more than the other
ones,
cover.
Yeah.
Than the inside cover. What do you call that?
The actual hardcover of the book.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. The dust jacket is like peak on that. The sprayed edges are also very good.
This one's all yours, boo.
Do you have an opinion on what you would like?
Show them to me again. Did you want the unicorn?
Not particularly.
I'll keep the unicorn.
Okay.
Yeah. Verity Guild is really cool. I like that one a lot. I might negotiate that one with you for in the future.
Okay. Yeah, we can negotiate. Because, I mean, if you like, you can also keep the Shadow Reaper and I keep Verity Guild, or go the other way.
That's what that's what I mean. You get this one. I'll keep this one.
Mm-hmm.
I get Verity Guild. You get Assassin. Okay, so we all win.
Yay!
Woo! Books! This is making me read them, though, I will say.
I know. I'm just almost done catching up on all of Cassandra Clare's books.
Oh, is that what you've been doing?
That's what I've been doing. Okay. Thank you for listening to Book Talk for Book Talk with Jack and Amy. Join us next week as we dive into chapters 20 through 27 of Sarah J. Maas's House of Flame and Shadow.
If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps other readers find us. And of course, we'd love to hear what you thought of today's episode. Share your comments through our forum at booktalkforbooktalk.com, and we might feature your feedback in a future mini episode or in a Patreon exclusive episode.
For merch and more ways to support the show, head to booktalkforbooktalk.com. You can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at the handle Book Talk for Book Talk.
Bye.
Bye.
It's basically August, which means it's basically fall. And I am basically thinking about my entire autumn wardrobe.
But it's not going to be a basic wardrobe.
No. It's going to have absolute amazing classic staples from Quince that's going to have ultra soft organic cotton, premium cashmere sweaters. It's a whole vision I have for myself.
The best thing about Quince is you can get those timeless staples at 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
Quince also has, get ready for this, premium stretch denim starting at just $50. I mean, I'm telling you guys, like, it's the perfect fit. It has structure to it, and it also has exactly what you would expect from a luxury designer brand, but it's only $50.
And they're so affordable because they work directly with ethical factories and cut out middlemen. So basically, you're paying for quality, not brand markup.
And it's not just apparel. Quince also brings that same everyday elevation to everything they offer, from hotel quality bedding and bath to kitchen staples and thoughtfully designed furniture.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/booktalk.
Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too.
That's QUINCE.com/booktalk. BOOKTALK.
There will be absolutely no gatekeeping here. We need to tell you about Rebel, the one place where you can get some incredible brand names for up to 70% off.
The thing about Rebel is you don't have to choose between the brand you want versus the price you want. You get both. It isn't a knockoff. It's a real product just priced the way it actually should be.
Rebel offers so many incredible products that I have spent the last, I'd say, 20 minutes just scrolling, knowing that I can shop from brands like Ninja, KitchenAid, and even Drybar. My hair is going to look good.
The most important thing is it's not a static sale. There are new finds dropping constantly. And once the inventory's out, it's out.
You got to get on it, people.
Your next favorite find is waiting at FromRebel.com. That's FROMREBEL.com.
Top brands in home, baby, and outdoor. Up to 70% off. Go check it out before it's gone.
Nice to meet you. I'm Erin Sky Kelly.
I'm Carrie Blakeney.
And we host the podcast called Get the Hell Out of Debt.
As soon as you say the word debt, I think you just scared people away. We're not scary, everybody. We're fun.
We discuss relationships and life, but mostly money, in order to help you get the hell out of debt. You're going to hear from us, you're going to hear from experts, but most importantly, you're going to hear from you, people just like you who've gotten completely debt-free or become financially free simply by following a very easy system.
Right here where you found this podcast, look for us, Get the Hell Out of Debt.